What's going on? It's Danny Rainmaker Dominguez, the Houston Realtor, and today I will be talking about something that is important to you and your wealth. All right? So, why do 9 out of 10 millionaires come from real estate? If you ever asked that question, that is a great question to ask. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to break down the numbers so that you can see what real estate is all about and why many people tend to gravitate towards real estate. All right, this property is one of mine, and that way I can tell you exactly how I got it, what I did, what is the end result of this property. All right, I do want to disclose that real estate is not guaranteed. Okay, with the real estate there is risk that comes with it, so you always must be informed. Do your research, do your due diligence. Okay, partner up with people or get with people that know what they're doing. All right, don't do things half-assed, especially in real estate. So let's get started. Before we do, always subscribe to this channel, leave a comment below if you have anything to add, and like this video by leaving a thumbs up. All right, really appreciate that. All right, so the property I'm talking about here is one that I got in Houston, Texas, one of my first deals. And this property is located in Sunnyside. Many people don't know about that area, many people do. If you're from Houston, you probably do know that area. The reason why this deal looked so good and I decided to move forward with it was because of the potential. And this potential, the potential I saw was in the proximity, the location. So this is a lower income area. And for me, that meant that it would be highly likely to get it at a very discounted price. Okay. So not only was the price a factor and the location a factor, but also the fact of the type of property it was. So it was a duplex. It is a duplex. And each unit I saw could generate income once we put it on the market. Well, once I add up and did the calculations as to the price that I could get it at, the amount of rent I could get for each unit, then I saw that we were profiting, if anyone were to go in with me, we're profiting on a monthly basis. Okay? So the factors I saw was location, price, and the property type. I saw that because that area was up and coming, that area would increase in equity or increase in value over time. The proximity told me that because it was so close to downtown, that would be a hot market in the future. And that's exactly what happened. As I saw through my market research, I saw that people were building in that area. I saw that also there were plans from the city to renovate that area. And I also saw that there were lower taxes in that area compared to any other area in proximity to downtown. So I saw that I would have high potential for value increase. And once I noticed that this could be a great deal. So with that being said, the property we originally were trying to get it, they wanted to sell it to me for about 45. I ended up negotiating them down to 35,000. I had my guy go in there. We calculated about 45,000 in repairs. And once we got the appraisal back for the property, it actually appraised 120,000. So right then and there, I knew that this was a good deal. Now it wasn't a sure thing, but that appraisal definitely gave me hope. Now the way that I got this property was through hard money. I ended up getting a hard money loan, having them finance the acquisition and the repairs for the property. And I ended up partnering up with a business partner to put in the down payment. not donate, because donate he's not getting a return. They funded the down payment for the property at closing, and the down payment that they funded was $15,000. So that $15,000 went to acquire the property and the repairs. The rehab, originally each unit was a 1-1. Okay, so I saw that each unit was a 1-1. Upon doing market research, I saw that if we add another room, so 2 1s were actually renting for more, obviously, but our property, each unit had a 1-1. So what I did was, instead of just renovating it and keeping it a 1-1, I just added another bedroom to one unit. Okay, so once I added that one bedroom to the unit, we ended up renting out one of the 1-1 unit for 725, and the 2-1 we increased the price to 875. Okay, so that was just by me adding a couple of walls to the property, to the bedroom, and making it into a 2 bedroom as opposed to a 1 bedroom unit. Now, I do want to let you know that the property needed a lot of work. It needed everything. So we definitely saw that going into the property, and that actually helped in negotiating in the price. Because the property needed so much work, it required it didn't have a lot of potential people looking to purchase it. And so we saw that as an opportunity. Now, when we went to refinance the property, we had to rent both units out. Once we rented the both units out, the appraisal came back at 150,000. So originally the property appraised as is for 120. Once we fixed it up and rented it out, we got it appraised, or it came back appraised at 150. Now, because we were all in at 80,000, meaning repairs were 45, acquisition was 35, we were all in 80,000. We, upon the appraisal coming back at 150, were able to pull money out at refinance. So what does that mean? That means that because we were at 80 and the property value was at 150, that is our spread, that is our equity. So we actually got money back at closing because we had so much equity in the property. So that spread was given back to us. So we actually ended up pulling out around $20,000. And that rate of return, or I'm sorry, return on investment, was about 33%. So we actually got back all of our money at closing from the refinance that we originally put into the property when we bought it, which was 15,000, with an extra 5,000 on top. So our return on investment was 33%, as I mentioned, which is better than stocks. So not only did we now receive all our money back from the original, we actually got some money extra, and that's not including all of the other benefits that come with the property. So because the property was rented out fully, we were cash flowing $286.33 after all expenses were paid. Now, that includes taxes, that includes insurance, that includes all expenses. We were netting $286.33. Okay. Now, the property officially appreciated 20% from the moment we bought it to the moment we refinanced the property. So originally, keep in mind, it was 120,000 when we first bought it as is. Then we fixed it up and rented it out, and it came back at 150. That was in a time frame of about 6 months. You can say, let's say a year. It's about a year. If you wanna, we'll round up to a year. So within a year, we increased the value of the property 20%, or the property appreciated 20%. Then, from the moment that the property, we first got the property, until now, the property increased in value 31%. So the moment that we got the property, as I mentioned, was 120,000. Currently, the property is estimated to be worth $174,000. That is an increase of 31%, or $54,000 in equity. Okay, that we have captured from just holding the property. That is not, that is passive or passive value, passive equity that we have obtained from the property. All right. Now, many investors value the property using cash on cash. Our cash on cash return for the property is 22.91%. If you don't know what a cash on cash return is, that is simply a performance indicator that measures the return on investment based on the initial cash invested in the property. Okay, we invested 15,000 in the property of our own money, and we of that money, we not only got that money back, but we got a 22.91% return on that money. Okay, so our ROI was 33% rate of return, and in addition to that, on that money, we got a 22.9% rate of return, or cash on cash return. Sorry. Now, another measure is internal rate of return, or IRR. Usually, this is a measure that's used to indicate the yield for the investment over time, and it just tells you how much the property will generate over time. For us, our property IRR is 66% or 66.5%, which is great. Now, there's many reasons why this indicator isn't the best indicator. One of those reasons is it doesn't factor in market trends, and it also does not factor in the financing involved. One of the purest ways to dictate if the property is a good deal or not is to use cap rate. Cap rate is just another indicator to tell you how much the property is returning based on your initial amount. Now, this one does factor in market trends and financing as well. Okay, so many investors use this indicator to tell them how much or how good a deal is. Anything between a 10 and 12% is a good deal. For us, our property is at a 10.3% cap rate, which is excellent. Okay, that is a great deal. It is very difficult or very challenging to find a property, especially in today's market, for above an 8% cap rate. All right. Now, in closing, how would you like to have $54,000 in equity and $12,000 in annual cash flow, resulting in $66,000 increase in your wealth just from one property? That would be great, I'm assuming. Okay. Now, the great thing about this is that is just currently. As rents and appreciation increase due to the low inventory, so does your wealth. This is the reason why there are so many millionaires that come from real estate, because just one property, within a year or two, I was able to increase my wealth to $66,000. All right, just by one property. What if you had 2, 3, or 4, or 5 properties like that? What if you had 10 properties? That's small potatoes to these big investors. Anyone can have 10 properties. Okay, I already have 3. So if that's the case, anyone can have 10 properties. Imagine getting $66,000 from 10 properties. That right there already is putting you at $500,000. All right. Now, if you're looking at this from the standpoint of, I want to get this and have it accumulate over time, that is a great way to do it. With this property of ours, we have had an increase in appreciation. It is increasing in appreciation 5.3% a year. All right. That's better than any retirement account, better than any savings account, better than any mutual fund account that you can find out there. Okay. I would rather put my money in real estate and have it sit there and accumulate 5.3% interest as opposed to a savings account, a CD that's going to give you maybe a 2%, a retirement account, or some type of mutual fund. Okay? I would rather have one property. This is just one property that's giving me a 5.3%. Again, what if you had 4 or 5 of these properties? All right. So there you have it. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want to partner up on a deal, I'm offering to partner up with somebody if they are interested. Let me know. I'm happy to partner up or at least assist in helping you with your wealth and get where you want to get in life. Okay. If you have any questions, again, reach out to me on my social medias: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. And, again, leave a comment below, like this video, and subscribe. All right? So, see y'all later. Peace.